Do you feel like life today is becoming suffocating? Endless busy work, invisible pressures from society, and the constant flood of online information keep your mind in a state of stress. We are surrounded by negativity, judgment, fear, and self-doubt, draining us and robbing us of our most precious freedom, the freedom of the mind. But what if you didn't have to be a slave to these thoughts? Stoic philosophy, refined over centuries by sages like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offers a way out. It's not about running away from life's challenges, but about mastering your inner world, turning adversity into strength, and finding peace even in chaos. In this video, I'll share 7 powerful Stoic lessons that will help you cultivate a resilient mindset, eliminate negativity, and free your mind. But first, I have a challenge for you. If you're committed to watching until the end and applying these lessons to your life, leave a comment saying, "I accept the challenge." This will be your first step toward taking control of your life. Are you ready? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Focus on what you can control. Have you ever felt like life is spiraling out of control, swept into a storm with no way out? A bad day, harsh criticism, unmet expectations. It's easy to feel overwhelmed. We spend so much time worrying and reacting to things beyond our control, forgetting one crucial truth. The only thing we truly have power over is our mind and actions. Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This isn't just advice. It's the key to inner peace. If you let your happiness depend on external factors, the opinions of others, society's approval, or even the weather, you'll always be like a boat tossed around by waves, never finding stability. But when you shift your focus to what is within your control, you become unshakable. Imagine this. You're standing in line at a crowded cafe. A customer ahead of you is loudly complaining about their order, making the atmosphere tense. You have 2 choices. Allow their frustration to ruin your mood, or recognize that their actions are beyond your control and remain calm. The power lies in your response. Life is full of daily annoyances, a driver cutting you off, an inconsiderate remark from a colleague, a last-minute cancellation. But ask yourself, does getting angry change the situation? Do negative reactions improve anything? Can you control how others behave? No. Can you control the weather? No. Can you control whether people like you? No. But you can control how you respond. When you stop letting external events dictate your emotions, you become mentally free. The things that once made you angry or anxious will feel like mere ripples on the surface of a vast ocean. So next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, let it go. If it is, take wise action. This is the first step to freeing your mind from negativity, mastering what you can control, and letting go of what you can't. Lesson 2. Accept reality instead of resisting it. Life doesn't always go the way we want. We wish for fairness, ease, and smooth sailing, but reality often presents us with obstacles, injustice, and hardship. In these moments, we have 2 choices: resist, complain, and wish things were different. Accept reality as it is and focus on what we can do next. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced war, plagues, and betrayal, once wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you'll find strength. Instead of wasting energy resisting what you can't change, focus on what you can. Think of a storm. You can stand in the rain and scream at the wind, but that won't stop it. Instead, if you accept that storms are part of life, you can adapt, find shelter, and move forward. Resisting reality only brings suffering. When we hold on to resentment, we struggle like a boat fighting against the current. But once we accept life as it is, we free ourselves from unnecessary pain. The strongest and most successful people aren't those who complain about their fate. They're the ones who adapt, stay calm, and turn every situation, good or bad, into an opportunity for growth. So, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" The first question keeps you trapped. The second empowers you to move forward. Lesson 3. Prepare your mind for the worst. We live in an unpredictable world. Challenges arise when we least expect them. The Stoics understood this and developed a powerful practice: mentally preparing for adversity. This isn't about being negative or pessimistic. It's about training your mind so that when difficulties arise, you're not shocked or overwhelmed. Before an important meeting, imagine the worst-case scenario, a tough question, a critical comment, or even failure. By doing this, you strengthen your mind so that if things go wrong, you remain composed and unshaken. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, preparing for misfortune, helps us face life's uncertainties with calm and confidence. Think of it like a warrior sharpening their sword before battle. When the moment comes, they are ready, not fearful. By expecting challenges, you control your reactions instead of being controlled by them. These are just the first 3 lessons. If you found them valuable, keep watching, because the next lessons will help you transform your mindset even further. Are you ready to take control of your mind and free yourself from negativity? If so, type "I accept the challenge" in the comments below. Let's continue this journey together. This demonstrates that accepting the worst beforehand does not weaken us. On the contrary, it fortifies us for future challenges. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely stated, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote perfectly illustrates the principle we are discussing. Worrying and imagining worst-case scenarios often cause us more pain than reality itself. Negative thoughts can trap us, but when we face adversity head-on, the impact is often less severe than we initially feared. By confronting potential hardships in our minds before they occur, we develop mental preparedness that allows us to remain composed when challenges arise. Why not apply this principle in daily life? By mentally preparing for worst-case scenarios, we not only reduce anxiety, but also build a resilient mindset. Challenges no longer feel like devastating blows. Instead, we approach them with calmness, confidence, and an indomitable spirit. This is the power of anticipating difficulties. It enables us to be ready when they come. Have you ever faced a difficult situation where better mental preparation would have helped you navigate with ease? Share your thoughts and experiences on applying Stoic philosophy in real life. Have you ever tried mentally preparing for challenges? Leave your story in the comments and let's discuss it further. Lesson number 4. Use silence instead of emotional reactions. Have you ever felt the urge to react immediately when criticized? When faced with an insult or a negative situation, the natural human instinct is often to get angry, argue, or defend oneself. However, impulsive emotional reactions rarely bring any benefit. They can cause a loss of composure, lead to poor decisions, and sometimes escalate conflicts. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They refused to let emotions dictate their actions, instead choosing silence as a powerful tool for maintaining dignity and wisdom. Cato, one of the most steadfast Stoics, exemplified this principle. He was frequently attacked, mocked, and even publicly humiliated by his enemies. Yet, instead of responding with anger or seeking revenge, he remained silent. By refusing to be drawn into games of those who sought to belittle him, he maintained his composure and dignity. His silence stripped his attackers of their power. After all, when someone provokes you, what they truly seek is a reaction. They want to see you lose control, to manipulate your emotions. But by choosing silence, you deny them that power and reinforce your self-respect. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." These words hold profound wisdom. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control others' actions, we can control our responses. Sometimes, the strongest response is no response at all. This does not mean remaining silent in the face of injustice or accepting mistreatment. Rather, it is about exercising restraint and responding thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Words spoken in anger can lead to regret, but a moment of silence before reacting can save a situation. We all encounter moments of provocation, perhaps from a rude colleague, a betrayal by a friend, or a negative comment on social media. In such moments, silence provides a space to regain control. It is the boundary between impulsiveness and composure, between being ruled by emotions and mastering oneself. If you truly want to be strong, challenge yourself the next time you face negativity. Instead of reacting immediately, pause and observe your emotions as if you were an outsider. Ask yourself, will this reaction truly benefit me, or is it just an impulse? The answer lies within you. By choosing silence, you may find that you have won, not just in that confrontation, but within your own mind. Lesson number 5, practice gratitude daily. Practicing gratitude can be a transformative habit with far-reaching effects, from improving mental health to strengthening relationships. Living with gratitude helps us recognize small victories. The bus arriving on time, a stranger holding the door for us, or the warmth of sunlight in the morning. These small moments weave together a sense of happiness that, over time, enhances our ability to appreciate life's blessings. Why is gratitude so important? Because the human mind naturally focuses on what it lacks rather than what it already possesses. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of comparison, always wanting more and feeling disappointed when those desires go unmet. Stoicism reminds us that true wealth is not measured by possessions but by our perspective on life. As Seneca once said, "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Many equate wealth with material abundance, a bigger house, a luxury car, or a higher salary. But Stoic philosophy challenges this notion. A person can have all these things and still feel dissatisfied if they constantly yearn for more. Conversely, someone with fewer possessions who appreciates what they have will always feel abundant. Wealth, therefore, is a state of mind. One simple yet powerful way to cultivate gratitude is by writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day. These don't have to be grand achievements. Often, the smallest and most ordinary moments have the greatest impact on shifting our mindset. Try it. At the end of the day, jot down 3 things you appreciate: a heartfelt conversation, a warm cup of tea, or simply having a healthy body to experience life. This practice not only fosters a positive mindset, but also changes how you perceive the world around you. Gratitude does not mean ignoring life's difficulties. The Stoics do not advise us to overlook challenges or suppress pain. However, by acknowledging what we have with gratitude, we build inner resilience that helps us face adversity with a calmer mindset. On that note, if you've made it this far, I sincerely thank you. Exploring Stoicism is not just an intellectual pursuit. It is a journey of personal transformation. If you are still here, it means you are on the path to strengthening your inner self. And the next step is even more crucial. Beyond gratitude, we must also cultivate the courage to confront our fears rather than avoid them. Stay tuned for the next lesson: how to face fear with courage and rationality. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss any future insights into Stoic philosophy. Lesson 6. Eliminate the need for approval from others. Seeking approval often starts as a reasonable tactic. We aim to please others, gain their recognition, and feel good about ourselves. At first, it seems like the perfect strategy. However, over time, the more we seek validation, the more we become prisoners of it. One of the root causes of negativity is our excessive concern about what others think. No amount of external validation will ever be enough. If we continue to be bound by others' expectations, we will never truly live for ourselves. Imagine you are in an important meeting and a colleague deliberately ignores your opinion, offering only a condescending glance. An insecure version of yourself might feel hurt or anxious about not being good enough. However, someone who embraces Stoic philosophy remains still, calmly observing. You do not need their approval to know your worth, nor do you need their agreement to stand firm in your beliefs. Your silence becomes your strength. Breaking free from the need for approval does not mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means knowing your value so deeply that you do not need anyone else to confirm it. It means living by the principles you believe in, not the standards imposed by others. The question is, will you live a life controlled by others' opinions, or will you take charge of your own mind and emotions? Life is a fleeting and precious gift. As time passes, it seems to accelerate, yet many individuals still waste their lives on trivial pursuits. A powerful remedy for complacency is the contemplation of death. Practicing memento mori, a Latin phrase meaning, remember that you will die, serves as a reminder of life's brevity and encourages us to focus on what truly matters. Consider the story of Nick, a dedicated doctor who had spent his life saving others. After a severe accident left him facing death, he realized that his daily worries and pressures suddenly became meaningless. Petty arguments and postponed dreams faded in the face of the possibility that he might never get another chance. But he survived, and from that moment on, he committed to living a meaningful life, cherishing each day as if it were his last. We do not need to experience a near-death event to learn this lesson. We can practice memento mori daily. Stoicism does not view death as something to be feared, but as an inevitable truth with immense power. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." These words do not inspire pessimism, but awaken urgency. When we embrace the reality of death, we stop wasting time on regrets, grudges, and fears. Instead, we focus on what truly matters, cherishing loved ones, pursuing meaningful goals, and living every moment to the fullest. If today were your last day, how would you live differently? Would you still hesitate before chasing your dreams? Would you dwell on trivial worries? Or would you savor every breath in love with an open heart? Those who embrace memento mori do not fear death because they understand that awareness of mortality allows them to live more meaningfully. They do not run from the truth but face it, and in doing so, they find freedom from unnecessary worries, expectations, and fears. Lesson 7. Turn adversity into an opportunity for growth. A strange paradox exists. Most people do not invest their time in what they truly consider important. Recognizing this, I made a silent promise to determine what truly matters and pursue it wholeheartedly. But what is truly important? That is a question each of us must answer for ourselves. For me, it means eliminating distractions, simplifying life, and focusing on what brings meaning and value. Minimalism is not an end goal, but a tool that paves the way for deeper relationships, richer experiences, and a life aligned with personal values. We are often taught that success means accumulating more, a bigger house, a luxurious car, designer goods. But do these things truly bring happiness? Reflect on your most peaceful moments. Were they tied to material possessions, or did they stem from connection, growth, and intangible values? Stoicism has long emphasized that material desires do not lead to lasting happiness. We chase after wealth and status, only to find that they never truly satisfy us. As Epictetus wisely noted, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. When we understand this, we discover a rare kind of freedom from material temptations, the fear of loss, and the endless cycle of comparison. Living minimally does not mean giving up all possessions or leading an ascetic life. It means consciously choosing what holds value and letting go of the unnecessary, whether material possessions, toxic relationships, or destructive thoughts. Imagine keeping only what truly matters. You would have more time, energy, and peace of mind. Instead of being consumed by materialistic pursuits, you could invest in self-growth, knowledge, and inner peace. Society constantly tells us that we are not enough, that we need to buy this, own that, and measure our worth by material success. But what if you let go? What if you realize that you are already complete within? This is the freedom that Stoicism seeks. When you no longer let material desires control you, you can focus on what truly matters, building character, pursuing wisdom, and finding true happiness. Life is not easy. Everyone faces failure, loss, and hardship. But Stoicism does not teach us to avoid challenges. It teaches us to use them as tools for personal growth. The true test of character lies not in avoiding suffering, but in how we respond to it. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Just as muscles grow in challenge, so too does the mind. If we run from difficulties, we cannot become strong. If we embrace them, we experience profound growth. Consider Viktor Frankl, a psychologist imprisoned in Auschwitz during World War II. Instead of succumbing to despair, he found meaning even in suffering, observing human resilience and ultimately writing Man's Search for Meaning, a book that has transformed millions of lives. When faced with adversity, you have a choice. Let it break you or use it to rise. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. A Stoic does not complain about hardship. They embrace as a lesson, an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Adversity is not the end. It is a new beginning. The storm may rage, but you are the sky,